I'm Meg from I Teach Stamping, and welcome to today's video tutorial. Today we're going to be making this card right here. This was a recent inspiration card for the Friday flip, and I had so many requests of people saying, oh, but show us how to make the inspiration cards, so that's what we're going to do today. So let's go ahead and start with our stamping. We're going to use two different stamp sets. Some are silhouettes and lots of things, and I'm going to use my Stamp-A-Majig for every single bit of it. So when we start with our piece of Whisper White cardstock, it's going to be 2 3/8 by 2 5/8. And so just a slight rectangle there. We're going to use two different color inks. We're going to use Pool Party and Pear Pizzazz, and I'm going to start with our words. The reason I'm starting with our words is so that I don't run out of room with my flowers. So I'm going to start with the thank you. Put the T of my Stamp-A-Majig in place. This inked up in that Pool Party. And stamp. So it's going 2 3/8 this way, 2 5/8 inch that way. Let me go ahead and make sure to make that clear. Then we're going to bring in our piece that's right below it. Want this one a bit on an angle. So this is from that Summer Silhouettes. Still in Pool Party ink. Then I can come back in with this guy and make sure to have my spacing just perfect and not run out of room. So I'm going to take this with the pear. Stamp. And then our leaves. Our leaves can overlap, but I don't want it to overlap too much, because I don't want it to look like a muddled mess. Sometimes I do. Not on this project though. And then we're going to come over here and fill up the rest of this bottom section. So with your Stamp-A-Majig, you can go all over the place and know that you're getting perfect placement all the time. Alright, so we have that. I can close this up, and now all we have left to do are our little flowers. So I'm just going to sprinkle those in place. And just like that, we have all of our stamping done. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is our paper piercing. So let me scoot all this out of the way. I'm going to bring in the Essentials Matte Pack and my paper piercing mat. And a paper piercer. We're going to center it on up here. I know that with this measurement I need to be pretty close to the edge of the cardstock. And I'm just going to take this and go round and round and round. And now all we have left to do is our assembly. So let's get this out of the way. The next thing we're going to do, we've got our fabulous paper pierced piece here. Try saying that one 3 times fast. We're going to take this along with a piece of Pear Pizzazz. So this is going to be Pool Party, 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I ran it through the large polka dot embossing folder ahead of time. Then I'm going to take a piece of Pear Pizzazz. It's going to be 2 5/8 by 2 7/8. So just a little bit bigger than our Whisper White piece. Now before we put this onto our card front, I'm going to take some Whisper White satin ribbon. It's got a glue dot on each end. And I'm just going to take this and wrap it around to the back side. Now before I go any further, I'm going to bring in the card base, and this is just going to be Whisper White 4 1/4 by 11 inches scored at 5 1/2. Let's go ahead and drop this in place, and then we're going to bring in some dimensionals. So the dimensionals I want to put in a very specific place. Because we have that ribbon, I want to put this straddling that ribbon, so I'm going to put these in the corner, but I'm not going to put any in the middle. So normally I would put one right here in the middle, but because we're going to have the thickness of the ribbon, we still want this to lay flat. Right, so we're going to take this, put it in place right there. Then we're going to take another piece of Whisper White satin ribbon. We're going to slide it underneath here and tie it in a single knot. So a lot of times when you're tying single knots with ribbon, it looks worse before it looks better. So just make sure to get it good and tight. And then super sharp ribbon scissors to trim off the excess. And just like that, you have our fabulous card. I hope that you enjoyed learning how to make this beautiful card. Remember, you can change up the sentiment and make it say whatever you want. Now, if you like this video, please do me the favor of liking it below, and also be sure to share it with your friends. Then make sure to head on over to the I Teach Stamping blog at www.iteachstamping.com. Make sure you're on my email list so that you never miss a single issue that I send out. Again, I'm Meg from I Teach Stamping, and have a great day.